welcome to the final session of this therapy course. In the previous sessions, we learned to prioritize goals and plan how to achieve them. And you also analyzed your thoughts and beliefs and then transformed them. Working with thoughts and beliefs takes place with the help of cognitive techniques. And now it's time to move on to behavioral techniques. Let's start with a small task that you just can't get started on. For example, you're always putting off phone calls. For small, unpleasant tasks that you're always postponing, there is a useful life hack with a quirky name: Eat That Frog. What does it mean? It means that you need to solve the task without thinking about it for long, just right away. Count to 5 and then do it. Don't let yourself think about it and worry. Just close your eyes, count to 5, and do it. The same goes for making a choice. We often find it difficult to make choices or decisions due to procrastination. In actual fact, making a choice might be unpleasant, but it's a very short task. That means that we use the eat the frog principle to it too. They say that samurais make a decision within 7 seconds, then simply take responsibility for it. Taking responsibility isn't the same as worrying whether or not you've done the right thing. In most cases, it's important to make a choice that may not be perfect, but is the best. It's the best one possible and is done promptly. Making choices is often linked to stress, but if we make a decision quickly, we remove ourselves from the stressful situation and calm down. So, count to 5 or to 7 like a samurai and do it. Then, once you've done so, you should definitely reward yourself. The reward is an important aspect when training desirable behavior, and not just for people, but for animals too. In animal training, this is called positive reinforcement. No trainer is going to teach a dog to sit by punishing it. Instead, they will always help the dog along in its training with petting and treats. This is important for people too. Cursing yourself for undesirable behavior is far less effective than praising yourself for desirable actions. If you have done the eat the frog exercise, give yourself a pat on the back. If you've worked well, reward yourself. You can tell yourself, "Well done," or eat a piece of chocolate. For some people, a symbol of some kind can become a reward. For example, a star. For instance, when you get to 10 stars, you can buy yourself a gift. This is common in raising children, but it works with adults too. Praise yourself. Reward yourself. It is very important. So, we have dealt with what to do with small and not very pleasant tasks. But what do we do with a big project? We also have some useful advice for this, and there's an unusual saying to go with it too. The best way to eat an elephant that's standing in your path is to cut him up in small pieces. In other words, a big project can be split into tasks that you can solve step by step. And you should definitely praise yourself for every step. Celebrate even small achievements. For a lot of people, the hardest thing to do when starting a new project is taking the first step. Try to make it so that this step is simple and definite, as well as wholly depending on you. For example, you need to organize an event. A lot of other people might take part in organizing it, but the first step is yours. For instance, you might make a list of necessary tasks that need to be solved in the process of organization. This will be both the first step and the cutting into pieces that you already know about. What other life hacks are there for taking care of big tasks? Actually, there are a lot of them. One useful tool will be a reverse calendar. This is where you make your plan from the end, from the day of your deadline. With each step in the plan, you approach the current date and realize what you already need to do today so that everything works out by the big date. There are many people that like to work intensely without distraction. Whether for a big or small task, set a timer and say to yourself, I'm only working for 20 minutes. Convincing yourself to sit for 20 minutes is somewhat easier than forcing yourself to write a whole report in one go. Don't forget to reward yourself for your work. It's also a good idea not to focus on the result, but on the process. Not, I need to translate 300 pages, but I'm translating and I'm having fun with it. Our brain loves processes. Try all the ways that we've listed. Choose one or several that suit you best. And don't forget to praise and reward yourself. After all, you have done well. On this positive note, we have reached the end of our course. You have found out a lot of new things and learned a great deal. We hope this course has helped you to become more productive so that you can realize your potential more fully. You're sure to have noticed that you've already started procrastinating less. It might be the case that your productivity isn't at the ideal level, but now you know that nothing actually needs to be ideal. So praise yourself for the steps that you've already taken on the way to your goal. In the exercise for this session, we suggest that you do the cut the elephant into little pieces rule and practice it in conjunction with the reverse calendar tool. There's also a bonus exercise waiting for you. This will teach you how to enter a flow state so that you can work in a more calm and relaxed way, and at the same time, more productively. We wish you the best of luck.